Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. You guys know that I live in Texas, and we have had some pretty crazy weather going on here for the last week. Record low temperatures for this amount of time, all in one stretch like this, and a lot of people without power. We were without power for the whole first day of all of this, and it got really cold in here because my house is all electric. And then they finally got our power back on, and it lasted about 5 minutes and then it went off again. It was off again for quite a while, and then it would come on here and there for little bits of time. And then finally, yesterday it didn't go out at all, and the day before it did go out a couple of times, I want to say, but for most of the day it was on. So I'm hoping today it stays on all day. And it did stay on all night last night, which that's the first night that's happened since all of this started. And we're in a way better position than a lot of people. I have friends and family that haven't had power for days now, and so I feel pretty fortunate. And we've been trying to just do the best we can to stay warm, and I've plugged up like a lot of the windows and stuff with cardboard and styrofoam and stuff to help insulate a little bit better. We're stocked up pretty good on groceries. We were even before all this hit, so we've gone into our stockpile to make sure that we've had plenty to eat. We haven't had any problems with that. People all around our area are having to do boil water. They've had boil water notices. We haven't had that yet, so that's good, but I do have water set aside in case that does happen. So I'm going to kind of show y'all what it looks like around here right now. Today's Thursday, and the temperatures are starting to go back up a little bit at a time now. So I think we're through the worst of it, and I'm just going to kind of show y'all what it's been like. Well, today is Thursday, and this is what we still got out here in north central Texas. The snow got really, really deep, and we haven't had any busted pipes here yet, but I did have one problem over here. I'm going to show you if I can get over here. Trying not to fall because there's ice with this, and it gets really thick out in the yard. Over here we had this faucet, and I had it covered with one of these, but when we came out and just kind of checked on things a couple of days ago, this had ice all the way down. So I'm thinking maybe when I put that cover on that I accidentally barely maybe turned the knob just the tiniest bit, and maybe there was a drip or something. So we came out here with hot water, and we were able to melt the ice that was on the bricks, and we were finally able to pull the top part of this cover off, but the styrofoam part, it's frozen solid to, like, it's frozen all the way around that faucet. And we messed with it a while, and we finally just decided to put it back on and leave it for now. So I'm hoping when this starts thawing that faucet isn't going to bust. It looks really pretty, but we were a day without any power, and everything in my house is electric, so it got really cold that first day. And then they got the power on, but it would come on and go off. One time it came on for 5 minutes and went off again for a couple of hours, and for the last couple of days we've pretty much had uninterrupted power, so that's been better. I've been throwing a little bit of what I have food-wise that the birds can eat. You can see how thick it is there. That's not even the bottom of it really, but there's ice under there too. Anyway, we've had a lot of birds looking for food. So I threw some crackers and pieces of bread and stuff out here for them. And a lot of people I know have been doing that to try to help them. I put some styrofoam and cardboard in my windows. You can see there, that's one of the bedroom windows. Just pieces of styrofoam I had. And this stuff blew in sideways, so it literally covered the whole patio. Now you can see it's melted a little bit. It melted a little bit yesterday. The sun came out for a while. There's some little bird tracks, it looks like. I guess it looks like a bird right there. Trying to get to some shelter. But this radio was completely covered up. Now my fountain, I left it going, and the motor's still going, even though it's pretty frozen. But they said leave things like that going, so I did. The snow looks really pretty on my rosemary plant, and the rosemary seems to love the cold, so I'm hoping it'll be okay. It's very cold out here right now, but we're on the way out of this, I think. We've had the last of the actual weather, and now the temperatures are going to be going up over the next few days, and this is Texas weather. I mean, this is unusual. We've never had anything for this long like this, but this time next week it's going to be close to 70 degrees. So that is what's crazy about Texas. And just because it was so many days in a row of these really, really freezing temperatures, that is why Texas had a lot of issues with the power going off. And I have friends whose power went off days ago and they still have no power. And I feel really fortunate that we weren't one of those people. And we still have water, and a lot of people are having to boil their water. We haven't been told to do that at this point. One of my sons, him and his wife, they had to come and stay here last night because they were completely without power and it was really cold. So they're going to go back and check on their place a little bit later to see if the power's back on. So then once all the stuff starts melting, then we're going to have new issues to deal with, which will be pipes breaking and maybe some flooding in some areas. I don't really know. This is way more than what we're used to here. And just our houses aren't built for this. I have family members that have pools, and their pools are frozen solid even though they did everything that they were told to do. So not sure how that's going to affect everything. There's the hammer we were using to try to break off some of that ice off of our wall over there. We had hot water, not boiling water, but hot water, and we were melting it and then breaking off pieces, but we just decided to stop messing with it that close to that faucet and let it try to thaw out naturally over the next few days and just keep our fingers crossed that it didn't burst anything. Really, those faucets, we were told there's these little plastic things that are inside of those faucets that are supposed to keep them from freezing up. You're really technically not even supposed to have to cover them, but at the same time, like I said, we have never had this many days in a row of temperatures like we've had the last week. It's very quiet out here. Not many people out and about yet. We have had a little bit of people trying to go to work, so we saw a couple of cars going by, but like I said, this isn't just snow. There is ice, and right here you can see that's all ice. That's what's under this snow. So you got to be careful walking on it, driving on it. Our oldest son, when this first started, he actually did wreck his car trying to go to work because he hit a little patch of what we call black ice. You don't see it, and by the time you see it, it's too late. So he ended up totaling his car, and thank goodness he was okay. Anyway, I'm gonna try to see if I've got any oats or something I can throw out for the birds, put a little bowl or something for them because they are having trouble finding food, I'm sure. And maybe we can help them out a little bit. I hope y'all are staying warm wherever you are, because I know this isn't just affecting Texas. I know people in Louisiana and some other places got some more of this last night, and I hope that everybody's doing okay. Stay warm, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Well, I put together some kind of homemade, for sure, little bird feeders with some pine cones that I had, and just different materials that I had. I had some peanut butter and some little tortilla strips, and I put all that together and put that out for the birds because I've seen a lot of birds flying around. Looks like they're looking for food. We actually saw a hawk really coming down low over our backyard just a couple of days ago. So I think they're really having trouble finding something to eat. So I did put together some things for them to see if I can help them out a little bit. So hopefully they will find that, and it will help them to get through a day or two until these temperatures start going up again. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys are all staying warm and safe, and let me know in the comments that you're okay. We're doing okay here, as you can see, and hopefully we're on our way out of all this mess. And in the next few days it's supposed to warm up, and all this will melt, and we'll just hope we don't have any serious side effects of busted pipes or anything like that, but so far so good. Let me know how you guys are doing, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.